guys, Bradley here, and it is officially dyno day. This is super exciting. We're gonna finally get to see what the car does with the MS3 and some of the new changes that we've made. So right now I'm on my way to go pick up something a little bit special that we're gonna need a little bit later in the dyno session. But it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna see what kind of power it will make. We're gonna see if we can't hit and make a new record for the Series 2 Saleen supercharger. Right now I think the number to beat is like 390 without methanol or nitrous kind of assisting it. And I believe that was on a ported blower too. And we've already made 361 during the last video, which I'll put up in the cards right now. We made 361 and I think 390 pound-feet of torque to the wheels, which is good numbers, but it was super rich during those pulls. And so today we've got it leaned out exactly where we want it, right on target. Watt is pretty much set up and ready to go. It's got some low timing in it right now. We didn't want to put too much in right now just because we haven't had the dyno, but now we have the dyno available, and we're gonna go see what a little bit of timing, a little bit of special juice will do for this thing. So I'll see you guys there. So we are here at Boost King Tuning. They're letting us use the dyno today, and so we got the car all strapped down. Just got the RPM synced, make sure it's all set up, so we're getting ready to get rolling. The first pull is going to be a baseline pull with no changes done to the tune itself. We're going to leave it exactly the way it's been since we messed with it the other day. So we'll see what kind of power it makes. I have really no idea what we're going to see on this first pull, but it's like we're about to find out. So what you're seeing there with it bouncing is the acceleration enrichment table that's been having some problems, but we're going to try and iron that out today as well. Still trying to get the fuel dialed in. The nice thing about the MS3 is that we're not having to shut the car off to change most things. We're just able to do it on the fly. All right, here we go. First pull, baseline. That's it?
It started to go rich. So
oh.
I lifted them up more fuel out.
How much torque?
372.
Alright. Well, we're getting there. We're pretty much starting from scratch. We're going to try and see what it'll do this time. Lean it out some. Any more?
Same.
Okay.
325.
But it was a lot cleaner of a run too, it seemed like.
Sounded better. It still gets very rich on top.
I know we were thinking last time we were screwing with it that there might be some adder table that we've...
Yeah, I've gone through and really checked it out. It's the fuel pump ramp. It's building too much, commanding too much fuel pump duty cycle.
And that's why it's getting rich?
Yep, so I pulled it back a little bit.
Okay.
And I think I should be able to just add it back in on the VE table, and we should be right on the money.
Sweet. Looks
yeah,
so.
So it was commanding too much fuel pressure. So if you add power to it,
right,
you're gonna turn that back up to get more duty cycle.
Right, right.
But I couldn't turn the VE table down it was too much.
Right.
So,
so basically we were bottoming out the VE table and our...
Well, basically, not bottoming out, but the lower values weren't doing anything.
Right, because the pressure was what was holding it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so I think I should be able to make a full hit on this.
Okay.
It's not going to make a lot of power, but it should be some data.
It should be something.
Yeah.
Sweet. mix in some special sauce. This is some 110 octane from Sunoco. This is race fuel. We're gonna just go ahead and get it in there. The car's probably not gonna see this fuel for a little bit yet, but we wanna get it mixing in with this tank. That way we can go for the super power numbers later on. We're gonna try and go for another pull here. We've gone ahead and put the 110 in, but I don't think this pull is gonna see that fuel just yet. Guessing in the same range, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not really picking up power.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird that it's making less power than it did on the stock ECU.
It is a different dyno though.
That is true.
The air fuel is pretty much dialed now.
That's good.
This thing's reading a 12.5, which I think it's just because it's downstream, but on here I pretty much ran at the 11.7 range, which is where I want it.
Right.
So possible, different dynos, different things. It's not really the win we were looking for, but does it make a really good torque? I would have expected to see it match up with the torque up top, but what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to continue to tune the VE table a little bit more.
Okay.
And we'll let that 110 mix in, and we'll try adding a little bit of timing and see if it likes it. I don't know.
I know.
Weird.
It is weird,
but
because the dyno at stage 6 was a Dynojet 2.
Yeah.
So
they do vary. I mean, it's also pretty hot out.
It is hot out too.
The temp on that pole I watched though, it was 120 through the whole pole. So
at the blower.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy. It's not cold, but it's not hot.
I mean, at stage 6 it was in October though. I don't remember if it was how cool the day was though, but
yeah. But you can look at the dyno graph. It doesn't fall. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like it's coming up and then.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's see what it does.
Nothing?
It's not seeing the timing. It went to 14 degrees.
Really?
Yeah. Just let it cool down. It was in the 130s, and I forget what I did for...
Probably 130.
The IAT, yeah, it's probably starting to pull timing, so... Yeah, that's why I aborted it. Because it's all the same timing. Well, we made 339.
Yeah, that's a lot more like it was before. 380, 339, 384 wheel torque.
Added a little bit of timing. See what it does now.
Started full timing out for the M80 retard.
Is it?
Yep, but you got 341, 383 torque.
So rather than taking fuel out, we're actually just added a little bit in. We're gonna see if that makes it happier and brings the power number up.
in the world?
337.
Oh my goodness.
Since we're curious, and since this is on speed density, we went ahead and pulled the intake off, and we're gonna see if it picks up some power without it. If that's the case, we'll probably end up swapping the intake. Obviously, we're not using the mass airflow sensor. It doesn't like that, does it?
No, I had the dyno brake on.
Oh. So now we're gonna see what it'll do. I bet you it's gonna freaking scream because that throttle body's gonna be wide open. So let's see what it sounds like. I bet you it's gonna be pretty gnarly.
So Lil Bradley here is a little disappointed because the dyno number, right? We don't know if the car is making less power or if it's just two different dynos, 2 different days, it's hotter, it's making the same torque, if not more. We're letting it cool down. I mean, we didn't really get like a nice cool down rip because you drove it here, strapped it down. I made one hit and it was too rich, so then I did a bunch of VE table tuning. So it's been hot. We let it cool down. That's when it made the most power. So
yeah. So what we're sitting at right now is about
340 wheel horsepower and almost 390 pound-feet of torque, which the torque number is pretty much right where it was before. Which, I mean, it would make sense. This is where it's going to be the coolest at the beginning of the pool.
yeah, I mean, it's not getting that hot, if we're being honest. It is pulling some timing out, which I'm kind of battling. But you can see here, there's this little dip here. This is where it started to pull some timing out. But, I mean, it's not like it's coming up and then down like your other graph, right?
Yeah.
The fueling's good, so we set a timer and we're just gonna stick to it, let it cool down, and see if we can pick up a little bit more power. I'm not hopeful. I mean, if we can see 350, I'd say that's probably like wishful thinking, but we'll see what it does.
Yep.
Watch, it's just gonna make 400 on the next rip.
Dude, if it makes 400 on the next rip,
It won't make 400.
it won't. But
Unless he goes grabbing nitrous bottle, it's not gonna make 400.
it isn't gonna do 400 on this dyno, I don't think. But it might do 350. And let's see what we got. It did 367.
367?
Yeah.
I actually didn't drive it this high.
367, 397 pound-feet of torque.
Okay. It really liked timing.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
I mean, it picked up a lot.
then you get the fan on it, cool it, and I'll put more timing in it.
Okay, we're gonna go for another one. We let it cool for another 20 minutes this time. It shut off pretty much immediately after the cool, so it would get cool, or the last cool rather. So, and then we filled this thing back up with some water, so it's actually blowing sub-ambient air. This is the best chance it's got. A little bit more timing, same timing I think as last time, maybe half a degree. $375, 400 pound-feet of torque.
I mean, that's pretty good money, Ron. Right on 400 foot-pounds of torque. It's pretty good.
What
What did
was
it make before?
389. So
If our theory is correct that this dyno reads lower, then it would obviously make 400 on that dyno. I think this dyno reads pretty well.
Yeah.
Considering my black GT500 made just about 1,000 on it.
Right. Yeah, but I mean,
that's good, man.
Yeah, it looks good.
Fueling's good. It's holding the timing through. Giving it the cool down time, it does a lot. So yeah, clearly revving it out. That was 6,200 on there.
Doesn't really do much of anything.
Yeah, so I would say never really rev it past 6,000.
We'll probably change the limiter to like 6.
Yeah, and that's just the cams. Those PI cams, they don't really like to be revved past 6,000. I never revved the Bullet past 6,000. I always shifted at like, I went to go start grabbing the gear at like 56, 5,800.
Right.
So, but yeah, 400 foot-pounds of torque.
It's got quite a bit of timing in it. I mean, we won't keep all of that timing in.
That's a lot for an M90, dude.
See, we're setting M90 records out here.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull a little bit of timing out, and I'm just gonna make another hit and just see where it's at.
This is gonna be the last pull. We pulled some of the timing out. We're just gonna make it safe for everyday driving, and then we'll unstrap it and head out of here. And we put the filter back on and the intake as well, just so it's more realistic. Sounds good to me. That looks like it's plenty safe.
This is the most fun time when you pull a car off a dyno off a clean floor. You're gonna see all your leaks. You ready?
Shoot. Hopefully not many.
Maybe there won't be any.
I hope it's only power steering.
Guess we'll see.
I guess so. And based on how much I struggled getting this thing on and gave up, it's probably better that you're pulling it off anyways. Nothing. Heck yeah. Well, that pretty much wraps up this dyno session. Once again, I just want to shout out Brett at Boost King Tuning. If you guys are here in Florida and are looking for someone to tune your car, definitely check him out. So that's his 5.0 sitting over there. That thing is pretty nasty. Is that Hellion twin turbo? Is that what it is?
Stock.
Oh, my bad. It's stock. This is his stock NA 5.0. It runs 14s.
But it's got a Helion sleeper kit like my GT500, but my GT500, it's pointless to put an airbox on it to make it look sleeper-like because everyone knows the GT500 is
supercharged.
Yeah, but that one came with the airbox and the engine cover.
Right. So it's definitely stock. So quick little update here. Driven at about 10 miles or so. We got about 30 miles until we're back to Andrew's shop. Already it drives a lot smoother than it did on the way to the dyno. So that's a pretty good improvement. I know there's some more changes that we're gonna have to make. Overall, it's a lot better. I did a little second gear pull and it felt pretty good. Definitely quicker than before. We might make a couple more changes to the tune. I will say we were just having lunch and Andrew and I had the conversation about maybe going to a 2.4 pulley or a 2.5 or something, basically as small as we can go without having to mill the snout, so we're going to measure that. But that might net us a little bit extra boost. I don't think it's going to put us too far out of the efficiency range of the MP90. As far as temp, it doesn't really get too hot, honestly, and this is it's about 90 degrees out here. It's the average Florida day temperature right now, and so I don't think there's really too big of a concern of going a little bit higher with the boost. So we might actually swap to another pulley, a little bit smaller. We're gonna do this thing that lets us confirm the timing on the MS3, and then we'll see. We might not even be actually running 19 degrees like we think. In fact, we may be running like 16 because per the MS3 directions, it says that you want to confirm the timing, and they give you like a way to lock the timing and then check it with a timing light. And we kind of skipped over that when we installed it, just because we knew it was only going to be plus or minus a degree or two. But there's a high chance that the reason we saw the power that we did was only because they're running 16 degrees like before, maybe 17. So that's something we're gonna check, and we're gonna look into another pulley as well, because I do think we can get it a little bit farther on this setup. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up this video. We made some pretty solid gains. We didn't hit the number that I thought we were going to hit, but there's some things we're going to check out that might be the reason we didn't hit it. You know, it also was a hotter day, so there's a chance that had something to do with it. And we already know just cooling it off and making almost no changes to the tune had it running about 30 extra horsepower. Overall though, car drives great. I'm super happy with it. And you know, we still have a couple of things left. You know, there's a couple little drivability things we want to take care of. It's not 100% smooth, but I'd definitely say it's about 85-90%. So it's real close. We just have a couple more things we want to adjust with that, and I think we'll both be happy with it. There's a couple suspension things that are going to go on as well while the car is here, and then it'll be coming home soon, and we'll just be able to enjoy it, take it to shows again, and real soon hopefully we'll take it out to the track. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.